Dinner for shoes, please.
Hi, welcome to Dinner for Shoes. This episode of Dinner for Shoes is called Turkey Truths and Thanksgiving Outfits. Mostly, I just have so much to say for this episode. This episode could go on for an hour. I hope it doesn't because I don't want to give Thanksgiving that much credit. So if you're already starting to figure out how I feel about Thanksgiving, you're on the right track. Okay, let me start. I don't even know what to start with. We're going to start with, so I wanted to record this episode because I know people do. I'm well versed in SEO training, and I know that people do search for what to wear for Thanksgiving. And I feel that. And I've been to Thanksgivings before, and I've also too wondered what to wear to Thanksgiving. So I wanted to create this content and put it out there for service purposes. But I also, of course, want to address the food. I want to talk about why Thanksgiving isn't really my favorite holiday. It's actually my least favorite holiday if you haven't already gathered. And I want to really dive into why. I don't love the idea behind it. I don't love the modernized traditions that we now practice. We sit there and watch football all day, and we all know how I feel about that. B, I am the type of person who I don't like to be lazy sitting there all day with my pants unbuttoned being oh my God, I just ate so much turkey. Also, turkey has that chemical that makes you tired. And I don't like anything, especially not food, bringing me down. So I don't know. I just, those things make it not lovable to me. Of course, I've still celebrated. I bake. So I love baking a pecan pie. I love baking apple pie sometimes, but mostly I do my pecan pie and my famous pull-apart bread. I usually make those two dishes or those two baked goods on both Christmas and Thanksgiving. And whoever is with me is super excited to try, them. And I actually I go back and forth. I honestly sometimes can't decide what's better, the pecan pie or the pull-apart bread. When the pecan pie is super runny in the middle, there was one year where it was just oozing, you'd think that means it's poisonous, but it actually makes it delicious. And plus you're celebrating Thanksgiving, so you're whatever. And then Black Friday comes the next day, but now Black Friday is not even a thing anymore because the sales literally start 2 weeks before. It's what is the point of all of this? It just seems really, really Hallmarky, and I'm not about it. But what I am about is any holiday, any day of the year that you have to dress up for. And I don't want to completely knock it for people who love it. And what I love about it is that it does bring people together. I love anything that brings people together and family together, right? Don't get me wrong. But I just may need my cranberry juice to be spiked with tequila then. I don't know. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I actually don't like drinking on Thanksgiving. I try not to drink the night before. That's that's another big thing. Everyone goes out for the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. I never really could go crazy the Wednesday before Thanksgiving because my pull-apart bread requires me to wake up at 5 a.m. and it's an all-day thing. I can't get that drunk on Thanksgiving because I've always had to worry about this needs to come out at this time, and then the pecan pie goes in at that time, and then the pull-apart bread has to do this step, and then we'll let it rise for an hour, and then this. And if I was drunk, forget that. Forget all of it, and everyone's dessert would taste horribly. So yeah. Anyway, let's talk about, so this shoe, this is a Reformation platform. You can see it's a big, tall platform. It is called the Lolita, and guess who owns them? Taylor Swift. Okay, I'm sorry that I keep wearing items of clothing that Taylor Swift wears, but when she is out, the whole world hears about the items that she's wearing, and so they become instant. It's the Meghan Markle effect. They become instant must-have items, and then it starts to trend almost. But loafers are really in. That's a big fashion trend for fall 2023, fall and winter. So a big platform I think is chic because it's a way to look a little bit more sophisticated, pull off the academia trend while you're going out. instead of doing like a flat loafer. Actually have a pair of Cole Haan loafers that I love that are a little flatter with like a little small block heel. But these, I just love the patent leather. I think that shine gives your outfit a little bit more flair and excitement. And so I don't know, like these, I love the Lolita. I also, it's got 70s vibes, just the name Lolita to me, like evokes 70s vibes. So I decided to wear that platform. Now, the outfit behind the shoes, or now coupled with the shoes, up here, back here, this outfit is inspired by one of the outfits I picked, or actually two of the outfits I picked as great examples of Thanksgiving outfits. And we're gonna get there, and you're gonna find out who my inspiration was for this outfit. But first, let's just talk about it. This white shirt is from a brand called Adanola. I believe that's how you pronounce it. It's just a nice, I have two white button downs. I have one really oversized one that kind of like almost goes to the knees. And I'll wear that when I need layering, like maybe sometimes like open or like under a couple of layered jackets. This one is the more like, I need to wear this underneath something, right? Because it's shorter. And so it's just a plain white button down. And then I wore this Empathy sweatshirt that actually J-Lo owns. I can't even do that with my hair anymore because it's too short. And I know that this was supposed to be an episode about my short hair. It is coming. I lied to you, but I will make it up to you. That episode is still coming. Anyway, I wore this Empathy sweatshirt because I do think that one of the good things about Thanksgiving, let me backtrack and say something good, is that we do all talk about the things that we're grateful for. And I like to have empathy when I can relate to something that someone's been through, and sympathy when I can't. But I definitely feel like having empathy is such an important trait, quality. I just love people who are empathetic. And so that's why I have this sweatshirt. It's from Mayfair, such a cool sweats brand. They've got so many co-ords. If you're into like the big baggy sweats, wear them all day. Mayfair is where it's at. The tights. We might do a whole episode on tights because tights are becoming very big right now, if you've noticed. And people are wearing them without underwear. And they're not underwear. Actually, they may be wearing them without underwear, but they're wearing them without pants. And I'm also wearing them without pants today. And I just wanted to participate in that no pants trend. But my sweatshirt is obviously big and baggy and like basically the length of a mini dress. But these tights are now, regardless of what you want to do with the tights look, you want to wear a pair of sheer tights, opaque tights, I don't care what type you want to wear. My go-to tights brand, literally since like middle school or high school, has been DKNY. DKNY tights. If you like a high waist compression control top, DKNY has the best. And I'm telling you, these tights don't rip. They look great covered in cat hair, which is a must for all of my clothing. And they're comfortable. I can kick in them. I can stretch in them. And I can eat in them because the control top isn't so tight that you're like, ugh. Like, it's just a great, great pair of tights. So if you do need a new tights brand, DKNY. And then I have my little matching gold. It's kind of got like ridging again in the gold, but it matches with the hoops. And I love that. I'll link them as well. That's a little set. And I like the little green stone. I thought it brought back the attention to my colorful sweatshirt. So that's my outfit. Now, let's talk about some of the things that I've worn in years past, okay? I'm going to pull them up right here. Because while I don't love the holiday and the reasoning behind the holiday, I do love dressing up. So last year, I actually wore an oversized button down. It was not this one. And I wore it with a pair of Stuart Weitzman over the knee boots. Love those, still have them. The color of those boots, it's like a cognac, like a leather. It just screams Thanksgiving to me. I don't know what it is. With my Balenciaga City bag, loved how that just was like kind of droopy. And so that was like kind of like a sexy vibe, I would say. But probably my favorite Thanksgiving outfit ever. I actually rent out this dress on an app called Tuileries, which I will also link. And it is by Zimmerman. It literally, this dress to me like is the dress that Felicity, the American Girl doll, wears. I mean, I don't know if you see that connection, but I definitely do. And I wore this, and probably this was my favorite year ever. I also am like trying to get my hair back to that look, which I know it's cut at a very different length, but hopefully I'll get there. And I wore that with a brown boot. I think that boot is By and Other Stories, and a By Far bag, my By Far Miranda bag. Sorry, someone was just like potentially knocking on my door. I don't know. And I also wore this plaid mini dress one year when I made my hidden Mickey pecan pie. I added a little bit. I had some extra pie crust this year, so I added like a little hidden Mickey on top. But I loved this outfit because this outfit was very like mod 60s to me, but then also still had that like schoolgirl aesthetic or that plaid print that we tend to see on Thanksgiving. And it was high neck. It had like a little poof shoulder. And I wore it with my favorite vintage Prada neoprene boots with this like tiny little stiletto heel. Those are so comfortable and I love them. When I'm baking, you're gonna see me in like this camouflage hoodie, like very chill. Like that's what I'm wearing all day when I'm like really hard at work. That's me making my pie crust or like shaping it into the pie pan. I do love all of those outfits, but probably out of all those outfits and including this one, my favorite is still the Zimmerman dress. That one wins out. I just think that's the ultimate obligatory Thanksgiving / Felicity, the American Girl doll dress. Now, I do want to talk about the outfits that I would recommend for Thanksgiving, but I also want you to have to hang on and wait until the end so that you watch this full video for the advice. Is that like what you're supposed to do? I don't know. It's kind of like the way like when you go to a grocery store, like the milk and eggs and the shit that you really need is like all the way in the last aisle. That's what I'm doing here. But so before, I'm going to talk about the food and I'm going to bring it in and we're going to eat the food. And then while we're eating together and Kit's crying, we'll talk about those outfits and I'll give you my recommendations. But my food today is very reflective of how I feel about the food that we eat on Thanksgiving. Because here is the thing. Thanksgiving food is every type of food I like in its worst form. The worst possible form. Okay, let me give you an example. Cranberry sauce. No. Cranberry juice. Who likes cranberry sauce? Grandma Phyllis liked cranberry sauce. But besides her, no one. Maybe the other people that she ended up meeting when she was at the nursing home before she sadly passed. Maybe they liked cranberry sauce because I did see a lot of them eating it on the tables when they would have whatever. Cranberry juice. This is really stressing me out and I will be making a cocktail with this cranberry juice after this episode. Tropicana, Ocean Spray, I don't care. Juice, not sauce. And although it is shocking that this whole bottle is 210 calories, I mean, I don't care. It's very good for you. It's supposedly good for your vaginal health as well. Anyway, so I made myself a little drink. I'm drinking it already, the cranberry juice, but sweet potato with marshmallows on top, like baked in the oven? No. Sweet potato fries. Mashed potatoes? Okay. I don't mind a mashed potato, but what about like those crispy roasted potatoes that have like Himalayan or like rock salt like sprinkled on top and they're fresh out of the oven and you bite into them and you kind of just like the butter that was used to make them and like fry them just melt in your mouth and you get that little crack from the salt. Those potatoes, please. Turkey. Now that brings me to what I'm bringing in. I hate the turkey that comes right off the bird. Not only is that weird and uncomfortable, especially for someone who was previously not eating meat, but it doesn't taste good. Sometimes it's too thick. I don't love gravy. Also, like, then there's like the two different types of gravy, and sometimes you get like the dark gravy, which is just like, this is weird and thick. But then you also have like the turkey gravy, which is like, okay, like this is bearable, but then you'll get like a little piece of turkey in there and you'll be like, how long was that little piece of turkey sitting in the jar on the shelf in ShopRite? You know, like, ew. When I think of turkey, I think of a really thinly sliced turkey sandwich. Mustard for sure, or cheese, brie. I think of like a great deli sandwich. And that is what I got from a store called CANGIANO'S, which is an Italian deli, and it's the best. I can't tell you how many Jersey Italian accents are in there. I mean, I can. It basically is whatever the population is in the store when you walk in, that's how many Jersey Italian accents there are, plus the people behind the counter that are making the sandwiches. But it's great. It's so good. And I tried a new sandwich today from them because I normally get their tuna, and their tuna is delicious. And I love tuna, we know. But this sandwich is a new sandwich. It's the number 25. I'm going to read to you what it is when I bring it over here, and I cannot wait to try it. So I'm going to go get that. You hang tight. Be right back. All right, we're back with the sandwich from CANGIANO'S. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. And I kind of need to serve myself a little bit more cranberry juice. I'm going to read to you what's in the wrap. So good. I can't even imagine that being cranberry sauce. It's literally ridiculous. Okay. What's in the wrap is CANGIANO'S Marketplace website. Let me see. What do you have for your sandwiches if we wanted to order online? The number 25 is, oh my God, they really make you scroll. It's kind of like what I'm making you guys do by like listening to me before I give you the advice on what to wear. The 25, smoked turkey, imported brie, peppadews. What is a peppadew? I don't know, but it sounds good. Lettuce, olive oil, red wine vinegar, and our signature honey mustard. I love honey mustard. I also like spicy mustard, but I love honey mustard. I think if I had to pick between the two, I'd go with honey. Oh my God, I'm so excited for this. I love brie cheese. All right. What? What? Oh yes, I also accidentally cut the wrap in 2 spots. Okay, Trish, Happy Thanksgiving. Oh, wow. That's really good. Okay. Ready for the first bite? Wow. I think the brie makes that. The brie makes that sandwich. All right. Come on. You got to get down now, sweetie. Come on. Hey, I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for you, and I have empathy because I love food too. But we're not going to go over there, okay? Come here. Come decorate my tights. Can we calm? Can we calm ourselves? Because Kit doesn't get it. Okay. So, that's delicious. I have to say, I didn't get a great bite of the honey mustard yet, but the peppadews are good. And the lettuce really brings it a little crunch, but nothing is as good as the brie on this sandwich. Oh, okay, I just got to the mustard. I may just cancel this episode and finish this. It's really good. CANGIANO'S is honestly the best. Since we're having a bit of an issue here with the cat eating the sandwich, I may just go put this in this bag so that she can't find it. Okay, unfortunately now that sandwich is gone, sweetie. Okay, so I'm gonna eat that. But let me just stop and say, that sandwich is great. Now, you're probably wondering why I didn't get it on bread and I got it on wrap. I do love turkey on a wrap. I don't know why I like wraps. I actually think normally they're less messy than like a big sandwich because I really have, it's weird. I have a big mouth. I have a big mouth literally and figuratively, but sometimes like I'm not sure if it's weird in that it can stretch, but I don't know. But sometimes when I try to bite into a sandwich, I can't get everything in the same bite. And you saw how I like wanted the mustard in my bite. I don't like it when I can only eat like the top half of a sandwich in my bite. So that is why I tend to get wraps when I'm having a sandwich with a lot of things on it. Okay, let's talk about the outfits. Now, I ended up choosing outfits that are on celebrities that I think work for Thanksgiving, which is really, really weird. I didn't mean to do that, but I just started to see a lot this week, and I was like, wait, I'd wear that on Thanksgiving. Wait, I'd wear that on Thanksgiving. So let me give you some recommendations. You'll immediately know which person I was most inspired by. Actually, it's 2 of these celebrities, but I'm going to start with Sophia Richie because you all know we love her, okay? I love how Sophia Richie here brings the Bordeaux color into this look. I think that the bag, it looks really chic with the top. There's a little bit of a slip of skin, so it's a little sexy. And you also get the heel. So you see like this look is chic, right? It's got that quiet luxury spin because it's Sophia Richie after all, but I do like the comfortability of that low-rise skirt, which looks like it's a really cozy, comfy cotton, which I think makes it like good for sitting around on the couch all day and watching football. So I liked that. On the sexy realm, in the same vein, Emrata here, she's wearing Loewe. I love this oversized sweater. You may think this is who I'm inspired by, but I'll give you a clue. It's not. She's not wearing tights and she's wearing the knee-high boot. I think that looks really chic. I also love how she's wearing a coordinating like red bra strap. I think this is like good if you're celebrating Thanksgiving somewhere a little warmer and you don't need tights and you maybe don't even need a jacket to layer on top. So I think that works. Now, if you do need a jacket to layer on top, I like this Billie Eilish look. Now, Billie has been mixing in a lot of 50s trends into her recent looks, and this Gucci logified look definitely has that 50s vibe. She's got the oversized cardigan, which I think is chic, over this like knee-length pencil skirt. It looks comfortable and soft as well. She likes her Gucci tights. I think that's cute, and I like the little scalloped sock that goes on top and kind of adds a touch of contrast, just by the ankle, by the top of those Mary Janes. And if it is cold and you need a coat, of course, this look looks good, layered. You got the scarf wrapped around, and I think that is, if you're the Billie Eilish girl, you are looking for cozy comfort, but also you don't want your family to think that you didn't completely consider your outfit, okay? Now, let's say you are going out after this, okay? You're going out after, you can't wait until Thanksgiving's over. You might be wearing the Barbie Ferreira. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce her last name. I love her. I think she's very, she's kind of eccentric in her dressing, a little quirk here and there. She's wearing a little black dress, but then she's got like the sheer tattoo sleeve top underneath it and tights. What I've got too. And then she's got that contrast sock and a plaid shoe, a plaid lug sole Mary Jane, which is very fall, very Thanksgiving. It's a nod to Thanksgiving, but then that little black mini dress is a nod to like, I'm going out after this. Love that look. Love that vibe. If you're not going out, you don't plan to go out, and you've literally been home since like 9 a.m. having your coffee in your chic house, your chic mansion, you are doing the Rosie Huntington Whiteley, and she is wearing like a 3-piece ribbed set. I love this look. If you are in for a cozy Thanksgiving, but you still want to look put together and polished, invest in a co-ord set. Actually, Gap just launched a bunch of these, and they're the new Cash Soft collection. I'll link them here, and they have 3 pieces, 2 pieces, whatever you want, and they're so comfortable. I've tried some of them, and it's got that like chic look to it, right? Very streamlined. Let's say you have that sweater and you just want to add something a little bit more tailored. Maybe you are going to a family friend's for Thanksgiving, or you just need like a little jacket on top because you are going to be leaving the house. Maud Apatow, I love this look. Now, I don't know what she's wearing on the bottom here, but I think you could wear it with like a legging and a combat boot and kind of bring like a little bit of rugged vibes, like rugged fall vibes to this look. It's something that I think Taylor Swift would do. I also like how she's just like, her hair's up. She's like, I'm ready to eat and celebrate with the fam. I've got this like bow in my hair, so I'm showing you that I'm festive, but also maybe I don't like Thanksgiving a lot, like Sarah, maybe. And I also like the wallpaper there. Okay, now let's look at Taylor Swift, since I did just mention her. She is wearing this look that I think is like your typical Thanksgiving outfit. When I think of a typical Thanksgiving outfit, I think of like a little polo sweater. This one's from Gant, and like kind of baggy jeans and like a boot. The boot allows you to go from whatever, the car into the house. It feels chic, it's spiffy, it's polished, but you can also take them off and just chill in your socks, and like those jeans are comfortable and stretchy enough where you can sit and play board games while you're waiting for the turkey to come out of the oven and watch football, Like I kind of like that vibe too. Okay, let's bring up Halle Bailey here. Can you guess whose outfit I was inspired by? No, this is my favorite look. Seriously, I picked a favorite out of all the ones I'm showing today, and Halle Bailey, aka Ariel. I guess that could be why. I mean, but you know, she plays Ariel in The Little Mermaid, and this vibe is so me. Now, I kind of did do some switches to it. Instead of wearing like a pointed toe heel, I swapped it out for my Lolita platforms from Reformation, lest you forget. But I really I think how there's this like, she's actually wearing a hoodie, but like a sporty oversized topper to her more tailored button down. And then she's got an earring going on, and her tights are a little bit more sheer than mine, I would say, but I just love the sheen there. I think that she just looks the best. Like, that is what I want to wear to Thanksgiving. It's not a skin tight dress. You will stuff your face. Like, I probably will. So I would prefer to wear something a little loose, you know? Now, as a kind of little contrast, but also, I guess I'm kind of inspired by this look too, we have Ashley Park. I love this outfit too. It looks like she's wearing a little black dress with like a wool coat. She's pulling off the whole black and navy combination flawlessly, but she's wearing the black dress and she brings back the black in her loafer, right? Her Mary Jane loafer. And then she's just got that contrasting blue jacket. That works. And you don't want it to look too close in color. She did a really good job of mixing textures here, so it just works really well. This was from an editorial too, so she probably had a styling team, and I like her layered jewelry. It still looks comfortable and cozy, but it also looks like it's got that academia vibe to it, you know? So that I'm also inspired by that. And then just to bring it full circle back around to sweats, here's J-Lo, and she's in her Empathy sweat set from Mayfair, and I just love it. I think that this is also a great look. You could be just having people over your house. Who says you have to dress up, right? Cozy sweats are totally a thing. Last but not least, I had to bring in Lily Rose Depp. Because you can also wear underwear. If you are celebrating Thanksgiving the Lily Rose Depp way, you might do a photo shoot in between stirs of the gravy. You are wearing a sheer top, you're wearing panties with a ruffle, and you're wearing knee socks and a slingback heel, potentially in snakeskin. It's sexy. You know, people wear this on Thanksgiving too, because you don't have to be going out. And those are all options. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 12, but I only said 11 because there's one more that I forgot. Kaya Gerber. I thought this look of her food shopping in LA with her boyfriend Austin Butler was great, because if you are celebrating Thanksgiving in a warm place, I just love that skirt. It's got a lot of autumn festive colors in it, with like a very simple flat Mary Jane light little button-down shirt or cardigan, just buttoned once in the center. Very chic, very casual. I think that's another great consideration for you for Thanksgiving. Anyway, now you've got a lot of outfits. You decide which one you want to do. I am the Halle meets J-Lo meets Ashley Park, and, you know, go for it this Thanksgiving. I would recommend cranberry juice over cranberry sauce. I would recommend deli turkey over turkey from the bird, but you do you, because I'm grateful for you and I want you to celebrate the way that makes you happy. From mine to yours, from my cats to yours, happy Thanksgiving. Please like, subscribe, share Dinner for Shoes with your friends. Talk about it over Thanksgiving dinner. When you're sitting there and you're just like, I can't wait to leave, be like, oh, but have you heard of the podcast Dinner for Shoes? Just do it, please. Thanks. Bye.